They say the Cotswolds are some of the most beautiful countryside in England, but beauty can hide secrets. In the golden stone and quiet lanes, something lingers. Welcome to Ghosts of the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds is an area of outstanding natural beauty in the south of England, in the United Kingdom. Famous for its gentle rolling hills, picturesque villages and market towns, and many of England's greatest stately homes and manor houses. But it is also home to some of the most haunted places in England. Millions of people from all over the world visit the Cotswolds to soak in the gorgeous honey-toned limestone buildings from a bygone age. But there is much more to the Cotswolds than genteel landscapes and beautiful buildings. As we will discover in this series, this region is home to an unusually high volume of paranormal activity. Much of it may look like something from a fairy tale, but we're here to share stories from the darker side of the Cotswolds. The area is abound with ghostly tales we will explore, from apparitions of kings and noble lords, all the way through to the terror of murderous butlers and headless horsemen. The time has come for you to journey with us to explore Ghosts of the Cotswolds. We continue our ghost trail over the border into Gloucestershire to Tetbury, just a short drive from our first episode in Malmesbury. Tetbury is another handsome Cotswold market town, and today is perhaps best known for having a rather famous neighbour. His Royal Highness King Charles III has what is known as his favourite estate at nearby Highgrove, just a couple of miles from Tetbury. There are a couple of locations close to Tetbury that hide a chilling past. Behind its picturesque streets and historic landmarks, echoes of the supernatural linger. Some believe these old buildings hold more than just history. They hold the restless spirits of those who came before. First, we visit the Trouble House Inn, a place whose very name whispers of misfortune. Established in 1754, this historic pub has seen more than its fair share of tragedy. At first glance, it seems like a cozy traditional inn, a place for weary travelers to rest. But behind its warm facade lies a past drenched in darkness. Originally called the Wagon and Horses, the Trouble House Inn earned its eerie reputation through a series of tragic events. The late 19th century saw the suicides of two landlords, both driven to the edge by financial ruin. One took his final breath by hanging in one of the upper rooms, the other by drowning in the nearby river. In the years that followed, guests and staff alike reported strange happenings. Glasses shattering with no explanation, doors locking by themselves, heavy footsteps echoing through empty hallways. Some even claim to have seen shadowy figures lingering near the bar, only to vanish when approached. One of the most chilling legends is that of the Lady in Blue. She is described as a lifelike apparition with long dark hair, wearing a flowing blue dress. She has been seen wandering the back rooms, her presence accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature. Some say she is one of the lost souls tied to the tragic past of the inn, perhaps a wife mourning her lost husband, or a spirit trapped between worlds, unable to move on. Historians speculate that the Lady in Blue may be linked to one of the landlord's wives, who is said to have met a mysterious and tragic end. Her presence is felt strongest during renovations, almost as if she does not approve of change. Tools are moved overnight, cold gusts sweep through sealed-off rooms, and on rare occasions, her sorrowful figure is seen staring out of an upstairs window. But perhaps even more chilling is Chavenage House, a place tied to betrayal, war, and an unrelenting curse. Unlike the Trouble House Inn, whose ghosts whisper their tragedies in the dead of night, Chavanage's hauntings come with an omen, a spectral warning of misfortune and death. Today, the house is best known for its use as a location for television and film production, often a convincing backdrop for period dramas. The house has some of its own historical drama, however. The story begins during the English Civil War. Colonel Nathaniel Stevens, a former owner of Chavenage, sided with Oliver Cromwell, supporting the execution of King Charles I. This act of treachery did not go unpunished. It is said that as Stevens lay on his deathbed, a ghostly coach arrived at Chavenage House to claim his soul. Witnesses described the spectral coach as black as night, its driver a terrifying headless horseman. Within the coach sat a figure eerily resembling Colonel Stevens himself. The door swung open, and Nathaniel's ghostly form climbed aboard, vanishing into the mist as the coach sped away. It is said that once the ghostly carriage departed, the curse of Chavenage was sealed. Misfortune and death would follow the family for generations to come, and it is said that every owner who has met their end at Chavenage House has departed in the same chilling, dramatic fashion. To this day, visitors to Chavenage House report unsettling experiences. Cold spots appear in rooms where no drafts exist. The sound of distant, echoing footsteps follows those who walk alone. Some claim to feel unseen hands brushing against them, as though spirits still roam these ancient halls. Even the family, who has lived here for centuries, acknowledges the eerie presence that lingers. They speak of strange occurrences, unexplained, whispers in the dead of night, doors creaking open without a breeze, and a heavy feeling in the air, as if the walls themselves remember the past. Just a couple of miles west of Tetbury lies the ruined shell of Beverston Castle, a once grand medieval stronghold with thick stone walls and a troubled past. Though largely forgotten by the casual passer-by, the ruins still stand in the shadow of centuries-old trees, and according to legend, they are not entirely empty. Visitors have long spoken of a ghostly figure known only as the Grey Lady, a sorrowful spirit said to drift silently through the remnants of the old hall. Local folklore claims she was once the lady of the castle during the time of the English Civil War. When Royalist forces took refuge in Beverston, they were pursued by parliamentarian troops who eventually laid siege to the stronghold. According to one version of the tale, a woman caught aiding the Royalist cause was betrayed and executed within the castle walls, some say by her own husband, out of fear of reprisal. The Grey Lady is said to appear most often at dusk, drifting near the ruined staircase or peering from the empty windows of the tower. She wears a tattered gown and holds one gloved hand against her breast as though wounded. Her presence brings with it an eerie stillness. Animals fall silent, and even the wind seems to die. Some modern visitors claim to have seen her while walking along the public footpath that skirts the private grounds, a fleeting glimpse, a chill in the summer air, or the faint rustle of skirts brushing past the hedgerow. Beverston may seem like just another quiet corner of the Cotswolds, but for those who believe, the past never quite lets go. From the battle-scarred halls of Chavenage House to the spectral landlord of the Trouble House Inn, and the sorrowful lady who haunts the ruins of Beverston Castle, Tetbury is a place where the past lingers in shadow, never fully at rest. In this quiet market town nestled in the Cotswolds, history isn't just preserved in stone, it walks beside us, whispered on the wind and glimpsed in the corner of the eye. If you've enjoyed uncovering the haunted heart of Tetbury, why not explore the nearby towns of Bybury, Chipping Norton, or Castle Combe, each with their own ghostly tales waiting to be told? Please subscribe to this channel to be alerted to the next episode of Ghosts of the Cotswolds.